My buddy got out of prison a couple weeks ago. His tolerance went down, and he went back to shooting dope, and he caught up with him.
I had a friend, he spent like 20 years in jail. Got out, I think within 6 months, went back to shooting drugs and OD'd.
I lost my youngest at the age of 22. He came out, he was looking great. It was probably about a week after when we lost him. And I know it's because he tried to use what he had been using before.
The #1 killer for people that's getting out of prison is overdose. They think they can pick up where they left off, and that's not always the case. When I started experimenting with drugs in 1980, I didn't know that it was going to have a domino effect that lasted over 30 years. All I wanted to do was do heroin. And then I would end up back in prison again, and I would get out, and I would go back again. I've been clean now for almost 37 months. And there's always something that you can learn that can help you out along the way.
Hey, you heard.
Hey, what's up, Dow?
Hey, how you doing, man? How's
I'm all right,
everything?
man. I'm good, man.
Hey, have a seat, man.
Yeah, man. November of 2005, I relapsed. I went to the block and I bought a bag of heroin, and I shot it, and I OD'd. The people that was with me, they was able to bring me out of it. I didn't want to die. You know what I mean? At that point, I already lost 4 sisters from drug-related deaths. And I didn't want to be another statistic.
You see this right here? This is naloxone. If somebody was ODing, you shoot them with this, and they come out right away. And maybe you can come in and learn a little something.
That'd be good.
All right, good.
Thank you. What this video is all about is how to prevent a death from someone that's overdosing. It could save your lives, it could save some people that you love, it can really help somebody out.
When I was an active drug user, I used heroin, cocaine, the whole 9 yards. Now, I work with commercial sex workers that are opiate users. I have a percentage of women on their way out of prison. The #1 killer when you get out is overdose.
The best way to prevent overdose is to not use or seek treatment. First thing you start off with, not go to the same places that you used to or hang around with the same people that you used with. You try to go to a treatment program and then maybe get some more information.
This afternoon, we're going to look at opiate overdoses in particular.
Opiates are street drugs like heroin, also methadone, and pills like oxys, roxys, hydrocodone, Vicodin, Percocet, morphine, codeine, Demerol, Opana, fentanyl. One reason for people overdosing on opiates because they have a low tolerance.
If I go into jail for 3 days even, when I come out, it's going to take a lot less of the drug to get high, to get sedated, to overdose.
One day you may get something that's pure. The next day it's not so pure, so you don't know what you're getting.
180 milligram Oxycontin would be literally 16 Perc 5s in one pill. People don't realize this when they're taking it, how high the dosages are.
Start low and go slow. You want to start off with a tester.
Do your thing, but pace yourself.
When you use alone, there's nobody there to help you or stop you from ODing.
At least acknowledge with someone that you're close with or trust to come and check on you.
I think I did okay. All right, I'm gonna put this one. I've lost 2 children to overdose. These are my 3 boys. This is Paul. We lost Paul June 11th, 2004. And this is Teddy. We lost him May 21st, 2010. His father came home from work. When he opened the door, Teddy was kneeling by the front of the couch. He called rescue and they tried to revive him, and they didn't make some good choices. They weren't angels, but they were good kids.
My friend actually overdosed at my house. He took like a handful of Oxycontins, I don't know how many, and he was drinking and smoking weed and mixing it. I'm sure there was benzos in there. I didn't really know like exactly what an overdose was. Just shaking him like and basically just called 911. Luckily, he didn't get any brain damage from it.
A lot of people mix drugs, maybe drugs with alcohol or other drugs. Those mixes magnifies the drug itself. So it's not like 1 and 1 is 2. It's like 1 and 1 is 5 or maybe even 10.
Alcohol, for example, benzodiazepines, Valium, Xanax, Klonopin are also a deadly combination. They slow your breathing down. A lot of the overdoses have cocaine in them. It doesn't level it off, it just taxes your body. So what does an overdose look like?
They go out, and you think they're in a nod, but their skin color will change.
Their lips start to turn blue. The shallow breathing. The media portrays overdoses to happen like that, very quickly. The vast majority of overdoses take an hour to 3 hours.
First thing to look for is if they seem like they're turning blue or like a grayish color.
Their breathing has really, really slowed down a lot.
They may sound like they're snoring. What they're doing is trying to take a breath.
It was like every minute or so, he was like really struggling to breathe.
And people are just very unresponsive. You shake them a little bit and you say their name.
Take your knuckle like this and rub against your chest.
Doing a chest noogie, you know, and rubbing hard.
It's sharp, it won't hurt them, but it'll make them aware.
If you do that and you're not in an overdose, you will respond. Definitely do not slap people, because if they're in an overdose, you know, they're not gonna feel it. What are some of the street myths about how to respond to an overdose?
Milk.
Milk shots,
Milk
salt
shots.
shots.
Put ice down their pants.
If you can get them into a
Get them
shower.
in the shower. Those street myths are all a waste of very valuable time when somebody's life is on the line. You do a chest noogie and somebody doesn't respond, what do you do next?
One of the first things is call 911. Get somebody there to help you.
Call 911 first and foremost. Let them know that you have someone who's not breathing. Give them the address, and you know, that's all you really need to discuss with them.
In some cases where this may happen, everybody in that room is scared to death to call 911.
There might be too many drugs, you might be wanted.
The person's life needs to override the fear.
Response time for 911 is not like instantly. Like you can call and clean up your situation.
After you dial 911, you want to try to help them breathe.
The cure for an opiate overdose, quite honestly, is oxygen.
You want to raise their neck up so they can have a clear passage. If they have food in their mouth or anything, you try to take it out. You hold the nose, hold the jaw, and you give them 2 heavy breaths. 2 deep breaths to see if the chest starts to move again. You go back every 5 seconds, 1 burst of air.
2, 4,003, 4,004.
Seconds count. Call 911 to get them there fast, but do rescue breathing until they get there, because you need to give them oxygen.
$5,000.
to keep doing it until they can do it on their own. You continue rescue breathing for at least 30 seconds. If that doesn't work, then it's time to use the Narcan.
The brand name of this medication is Narcan. The generic form of it is naloxone, and it's the same medication. What Narcan does is comes in and actually kicks the opiates off the opiate receptors in order for people to start breathing again. Naloxone only works on opiates. It's a very benign medication. The only thing it's good for is reversing opiate overdoses.
There's two types of naloxone, the injection and the nasal spray.
We're gonna start out with the intramuscular naloxone at first. You will have an IM syringe and a Narcan. Flip the top off of that, take your needle, take off the cap, the needle itself, the point, you're gonna wanna put it into the medication and you wanna draw 1 cc. You want to go into someone's muscle, their arm, their thigh, and you wanna go deeply into the muscle. Listen, don't worry about hurting somebody, okay?
That's right.
They're not breathing. You're gonna wait 3 to 5 minutes. You're gonna continue doing rescue breathing, okay? If it does not work in the first 3 to 5 minutes, you wanna get another shot ready.
He needs an extra little boost. So I take this here, I pop this here off, open this up, pop this needle up in here. Now I wanna get 1 cc of this here good fluid. This here. I will go back to rescue breathing, 3 to 5 minutes, and if that still doesn't seem to be working, I would go back for another shot, and hopefully he would, you know, give us some sign of life.
The intranasal shot, it comes in some pieces. The applicator, the naloxone, and then there's the nozzle. This is the applicator. I'm gonna take off all the yellow, the front and the back, and put the nozzle on. And you twist until tight. You take the naloxone, you screw it in also. Push in 1 cc of Narcan in one nostril and 1 cc in the other. And you go back to rescue breathing. And it's the same, just like the injection. If it doesn't work, you might have to give them another. You want to try?
Sure.
Take off the yellow caps in the front and the back. You twist the nozzle on. And then you twist the Narcan on in turn. You spray half in one nostril and a half in the other nostril.
Give them another mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
If they don't wake up, you go back and do the same process again.
If, for whatever reason, you may have to leave somebody, whether that is to run and call 911, or if it is to run and get the Narcan. So what you do is you put someone, what we call in the rescue position. Take the arm over here and you turn someone on their side. You take the top leg and you bend it. This is what they call the rescue position. So if they happen to throw up, they're not choking on their own vomit. You have done the rescue breathing and administered the Narcan. So the individual comes out of the overdose. What happens is people go into withdrawal.
It takes the opiate off the receptor, and the person will feel sick but sober.
Like it wiped everything out of my body. The only thing that I could think of is if I could just get one more so that I can just feel better.
It's only a temporary 30 to 90 minute feeling. And as the Narcan wears off, the high's gonna come back.
Stay around to watch them because in fact, they can go back into the overdose.
They might run for a needle, maybe they might run for a pill. If they add more opiates to that, it would just induce a stronger overdose.
You shouldn't use anything, even alcohol, after you've used Narcan. Take the day off.
Methadone lasts 24 to 36 hours. Oxycontin, 12 hours. Sometimes you, in fact, will need to administer a second dose or a third dose.
The anticipation of getting high happens long before the day you get out.
You're anxious, you're exciting, you have all these wonderful plans.
The whole world feels strange. Every time I got released, I wasn't going to use. But by the time I got there, I was using.
You get back on the block. Hey, homie, what's up, what's up, what's up? Here's a bag here. Let's celebrate. The choice that we make within 24 to 48 hours can determine whether we're gonna make it out there.
You got a low tolerance level, and you think you're all right by yourself. If you OD, you'll be there by yourself, and no one's be able to help you.
So if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make sure somebody's around while I go in the bathroom, and if I don't come out in 2 or 3 minutes, then I need you to come and check on me.
Everybody you just hang out with, you can just be like, listen, this is how I use the Narcan. If I go out, help me out.
It's not that they're going to use in front of you, but at least to be with somebody.
Just let the people around you know so you can stay safe.
I've been clean for over 13 years. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. And there's people now that can hear it, and I can bring them hope.
There come a time in your life, man, when you have to make some type of changes. People can't make changes for you. You have to do that yourself, you know? For a lot of years, all I did was exist. Today I look at my life and I can honestly say that I'm making a difference. You know, I might have to put this training into effect. I hope not, but if I have that knowledge, then I know what to do.
So now you have your Narcan.
Thank you very much.
Now you can go and save a life.
Thank you.